Chan Tar Todd Lau, privatization in the space industry might just make this possible. Will. Grit. Talent. Perseverance. Qualities that Indians have time and again proven they have ingrained within themselves. The recent attempt of ISRO with Chandrayaan-2, which was a major milestone in Indian space exploration history despite the Vikram lander's inability to soft land, along with various other projects taken up by the organization, are yet more proofs of the fact that, much like the universe itself, Indian talent knows no bounds and that Indians possess immense capability of creating a space for themselves in this sector. Why then, with a population of 1.3 billion, do we see only a few organizations advancing here? A brief history. The antiquity of India's space obsession is well evident in the Vedanga Jyotisha, a document which dates back to 1370 BCE. From there to the emergence of coordinated space research, spearheaded by Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Dr. Homi Bhabha, to the conception of ISRO, to the launch of Aryabhata, the first Indian satellite, to Chandrayaan, Mangalyaan and now Chandrayaan-2, there has been no looking back for India. In keeping up with the progress, it seems that it is now time for India to look into the expansion of space in the private sector, with companies like Bellatrix and Kawa already leading the way. Photo by Casey Horner on Unsplash Applications. We may not know it, but the space industry plays an irreplaceable role in our lives, with our mobile phones, TVs, internet, etc. all being dependent on satellites. Apart from this very common role, space industry also finds applicability in financial services, strategic risk management, infrastructure and agriculture. It is no longer a mere sphere of interest restricted to the government, especially with the entry of private players and entrepreneurs looking to foray in this niche sector. In the recent years, by combining technology, policy and will, governments of many countries have successfully transferred a variety of space operations to the private sector and yielded good results. With the introduction of the Space Activities Bill, the Indian government has also opened up possibilities for the private sector. ISRO is also actively looking to collaborate with private organizations to increase the number of satellites, explore more research-related areas and to overcome manpower and budgetary constraints. Another striking plus point of private companies is the setting up of firms that could provide end-to-end systems as opposed to the tier-based vendor ecosystem, for both the launch vehicle and the satellite segment, of which space has been devoid for long. Privatization or new space can be explained as the global phenomenon where entrepreneurs are trying to develop products and service enterprises focused on space. The new space approach challenges the expensive, time-consuming methods of traditional space and creates room for inventive risk-taking. They build products and services that challenge the cost to either obtain access to space itself, or to access services based out of assets in space. The future India has managed to make a mark in the traditional space and now is also realizing the need for going forward in new space. Within the next 10 years, more than 10,000 new space startups are expected to kick off around the world. The new space approach will assist in diversifying the customer base for Indian industry in the space sector at the global level. The space sector faces a bevy of new investors entering specially into space launchers, human spaceflight, space tourism, space services and equipment, surface exploration of the Moon and Mars, and asteroids mining. In conclusion, the capital strategy and the state monopoly on space has been very correctly challenged, and with it brings in the onslaught of creativity and expansive new ideas, which gives room for exploring not just space but also the broader horizons of human capability.